All right. So, in we know yesterday we had a couple of doubts, and we were in some program two getting this kind of an error, right? And after going back, I was just able to solve this one with the help of like how we were just going ahead with the program three. So the same thing I just did it here, whatever the thing you are seeing here. Okay, for example, I just used instead of here, I'm using the C sharp fundamentals. I just used namespace C sharp fundamentals, and then whatever I am writing here, I just made use of these statements. Internal class here, instead of program 3, I used program 2, and this console dot write. And so what basically I just made use of this one, and it worked. Okay, as you know, this program 3 also worked. I think this using C sharp was the one, the same thing what you are seeing here. It is similar to the same thing what I have done it in the program 3 as well. So replacing the couple of statements of program 3 to program 2, it just started working. The concept was clear here, that I just wanted to show you how the C sharp is creating a globally main method, and how the preference will take over when compared to the other classes main methods. Okay. Now, in today's session, I'm going to start with inheritance. Okay. Um, for example, what is inheritance? So let me take a notepad. Okay. Uh, Let me go ahead and use this extra space in the down, so that I need not to keep going here and there. Okay. So in today's class, we will see what is inheritance. Okay, inheritance in C sharp. And the other concept what we will see is constructor, constructor in C sharp. And this is one keyword. Okay, this is a keyword, this keyword in C sharp. Okay, so these three things we will understand in today's session, guys. Okay, so first of all, what is inheritance? Okay, if you want to access the methods present in another class, for example, I am having this method get data, correct? This method is present under class program. But how I am accessing this method get data in another classes like program 3? How I'm able to access get data? By creating an object for that particular class, and after creating an object, I'm calling that object dot method. So till now, this is the way how you have learned, right? How we are going to call the methods which are present in other classes by creating an object. So you can actually call the methods of the other class by inheriting. Okay, so you can be able to do if you can inherit your parent class to child class. So for that, let me take another example. Okay, let me go and add another class, new item. Okay, and here program 3 is there. Let me go ahead and take program 4, program 4.cs. Okay, now here you can see this is a new class using system, and this is a program P4. Okay, so now this is a new class. I'll actually define one method inside this class, that is, let's say, So let me just go ahead and add one method. Let's say set data. So for that, let me go ahead and take void set data. Okay, open the bracket and let me make this program for class as a parent class. For that, I am just writing CW tab. Here I am writing I am in parent class of program 4. Okay, so let's call this method. Now this is my parent class. Okay, my parent class, and here, so this program 4 is my parent class. Okay, and here inside this, I'm having a method called as set data. Okay, and I'm just writing some random line here. And now let's call this method. Okay, what I want to do here is I will call this method from my first basic program. How can I do that? So you guys, till now what you have seen, we are creating an object. So if I want to call this method set data from program P4, till now what you have seen, I need to create an object. Till now how we have seen program P4 P4 equals to new program P4. So this is a way we have done so far in order to access this method, set data. But now I don't want to do that. Yes, this is one way of doing it, but you can access all methods and properties of your parent class with the help of inheritance concepts. Let's say I have here one method. Let me just go ahead and add one more field, string name. Okay, so this is a field variable and this is one method. Okay, so the fields here and the methods of program 4 you can directly access in this program.cs if you inherit now. So in this case, this parent class is a program 4, correct? And you want this parent class properties in your child class, that is program. Okay, in that, if that is your requirement, you can just simply inherit by calling this one. So what you have to do is here class program here. Okay, just put one semicolon and write your parent class program 4. So this way what you are going to do here is you are actually telling program is a child and it's a child of a class program 4. Is this concept clear here, guys? Any issues here? And okay, public. Let me just make this as public. Okay, instead of internal. Okay, now is this the concept here? How you are doing inheritance? Inheritance means after your child class, you have to put one colon. This indicates the concept of inheritance. And then you have to write the name of your parent class. Okay, this denotes inheritance. So automatically you can access now the methods of your parent class into your child class just by doing this line. So here you are already created an object of the child class. where you have created an object for the child class, this one, right? Program P is equal to new program. Now, if you want to go and write here P dot set data, P dot set data, okay. Here you see this concept P dot set data. This particular method is present in program P4, correct? And I'm able to access these methods. And if I want to, let's say I want to access this field name, how I will access here? Let me just mark this as public. Okay. P dot name equals to, let me just give some name, Bhanu here. How you are able to access this name here from this one? Because you are inheriting the properties, the field and the method. This is a field, this method, just by the concept of inheritance. One way is by creating an object. Another way is just by going ahead and inheriting that particular parent class, and you will be able to access the method and also its property. Now, let me just go ahead and build this solution. Hold on 1 second. One second, guys. I'm just checking out the errors here.
I think errors in program 2.
Hold on. Here, program 2, we are not working up anymore. Okay, so it is saying program has more than one entry defined. So main method is there in program. And I think this main method is here as well, right? So
Yeah.
that's the reason. Let me just go ahead and just comment this part. Control KC, that is one shortcut to comment, and control, okay. I'm just giving you, telling you here, control, okay. After that, plus K plus C. If you just do that, select and control KC, this will comment, and the same thing, control KU will uncomment, okay. Let me just go ahead and build it again. Okay, fine. Now let me just run this one. See, I'm easily able to access. I'm in parent class. Name is there, field, the one which I have given here, that is also accessible. So this is a concept of inheritance. If you are from the school of Java, there is a keyword called as extensor. If, for example, here, whatever the colon I am using, instead of this, it comes extensor. So this extends is the way, but in Java, but in C Sharp, we use semicolon. Okay, we
I have
use,
one question, Banu. Sorry for interrupting. Okay.
yes, please.
In program.cs, we use inheritance. Also, we create the object for program 4. So, can you please
Correct.
comment this one and can you please run against once?
Which one you want me to comment here?
Can you please scroll down? This one, program P4, we create the object for program 4. No? Inst this one,
You want
program
me
P4.
to comment this one?
No, 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 no. This one, program 4, P4 is equal to new program 4. We create the object now for program 4. No, no,
Okay.
no. I think you already created inside the p.set data method.
Are you saying you want me to go to program 4 here, or you want me to go
No,
to
no, no,
program?
no, no. In program.cs, we also use inheritance property for program 4. And also we create the object for program 4. Scroll
Yeah,
down.
we can create. Here you are seeing program P is equal to new program. This is an object we have created
That
for
is
this.
already created. Program P4,
Mm,
new program. That one is talking
yeah,
about p.set
yes.
data. Yeah.
Inside the p.set data, we always inside
Mhm. This is
we
this is the one you're
ha ha
saying.
yeah, you just comment and can you please run the program because we already create the
So in that case, you have to use your this program P4.
yes, and can you please rerun?
See, what we are trying to do here basically is we cannot create an object of the parent class in the of the parent class in the child class. What we are trying to do here is we are inside the child class, and for the child class I have to create an object. If this you write in p4.cs, it makes sense. Why? Because this is a class p4 and creating an object inside this class. When you are here in the child class, okay, like for example, to make you understand better, whatever the father is having here, property wealth, that will come to the child. Okay, whatever child is having the property, that will not go to the father. I hope this concept is clear. Understood or not?
Yes, I understood, but actually I have little bit confused. Okay, so two ways we have to call. For example, I have class program
See, if
4.
I want to, if I see, for example, this is a kind of program for is a father here, program
Yes,
is a
yes,
child,
yes, yes, yes,
correct?
yes.
So here, when we are in this means you need to create an object for your child class, not the program class. For if you do this, for example, see here, let me just go ahead and do program P4. Okay, let me just go P4. Okay, P dot get data. This will not be accessible to your uh, father. Why? This get data is present in the child class. But here, P4 dot name, P4 dot set data, this you can do because whatever the property for your father, that will come to child. But child property, this get data is a child property that cannot go to the father. Understood? why this error is coming here?
Yes.
If you have still any doubt, the last 10 minutes of window, you can come back again. The
Okay.
only concept here is the father property will come. Like for example, P4 is name and set data is like father property that can come to your child. But child property, P4, I cannot access get data because this is a child property that will not go to the father. Is that clear? Or else if you have any other doubt, last 10 minutes window, we can keep it open for the doubts section itself.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, guys, now what I'm trying to do here, the concept of inheritance, is it clear now? Whatever I'm trying to tell you here is initially, whatever you are doing, you are creating an object. Okay. After that, you are going to access that particular class. Now, you are not creating an object with the help of inheritance. You are going to access the method and the fields of your parent class to the child class. So this is the pure concept. Is this thing clear or any doubts here, guys? If this is clear, then we can move ahead to the constructors concept. I just need your hand. Heads up. Shall we move on? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now we have seen this constructor concept, inheritance in C#. Now let me just go to the constructor concept. Okay. So constructor, what is basically a constructor? So constructor, it is a method. Okay? Constructor is a method which will call it by default. Which will call it by default when an object is created. Okay, when an object is created. So what is basically a constructor? So constructor is a method which will call it by default when you create an object. Okay, so if you don't define any constructor, then it will call a default constructor. I'll show you what and all those things, concepts I'm talking about. If you don't call any constructor, then it will go ahead and call the defaults. So right now, you did not define any constructor in this program. You have not defined any constructor in this program. So constructor basically, it takes the same name of your class. So what is the class name here? Program. So how do we define the constructor? So in this case, our class name is program, right? So this is a signature. How we are going to write this constructor here is, let me just go ahead and write it here. Hold on a moment. Okay, let me just go ahead and create one constructor here. How I will create a constructor? To create a constructor, what I really need is the name what you have given for the class. The same name should be okay, public. Okay. program. Okay, and then open and close bracket. Okay, and here open and close bracket. Okay, so this is a way how you create a constructor. It will have the same name what your class is having, and then open and closing bracket. Okay, so this is a signature of your constructor. And why do we use this constructor? So we use constructors to initialize variables. Okay, to initialize variables. So let me give one scenario. Now I have a method here. Let's say get name. Public, right? Let's say I have a get name. Okay, CW console dot write line. Let me just give here my name is. Okay, so this name should come when I'm creating an object here. Let's say here program. Okay, for that, let me just go. So every time, what my intention is, every time when I create an object for this class program, okay, I want to send a different name. For example, let me create one string here, that is string name. Let me just go ahead and create one simple variable, string, let's say name. This is one variable. Okay, I have created it this way now. So here, this name I want to call here. My name is. I want to call this name into this particular method. Okay, so if you want to call this field present in your class, then the best way is to call them using the this keyword, using the this keyword. Okay, so now this is a the name this, right? This is one keyword, okay, that you can call this name here. So what I'm trying to do here is, so when you use hold on, if you, what you have to do is, for example, right now your name is not initialized here. I'm just declaring the name, right? So if you want to call the fields present in your own class, then the best way is to use like this keyword. This keyword refers to this. What this keyword do is, it refers to the current class object. This keyword refers to the current class object. So just follow with me, bear with me for a couple of minutes. In the continuation, you will understand how this concept will work. Okay, so let me show you here. So now you create an object for this class, right? For this class here, you have created an object here. Okay, now if I want to go ahead and create program P equals to new program. And here, let me just go ahead and type one. So when I am typing this one, what is the error I am getting here? Program P does not contain a constructor that takes one argument. If I am commenting it now. So program P, this is a program constructor which we are referring here. I hope in the last session, one of our students asked, ma'am, would you explain this constructor? What is this concept here? So whenever you create an object, a constructor is called, and that constructor takes the responsibility of creating an object. And every time we don't write this kind of code because C# automatically creates a default constructor. And now what I'm trying to make you understand here is, let's say how I am, if I want to create, now this is a default constructor. Whatever we are seeing here, this is a default constructor. Now, if I want to create a constructor where it is taking the name as a parameter, what I have to do is, let me create another constructor, public program. Okay, public program. Here, let me just pass string variable name. Okay, string variable name, open and close the bracket. This dot name equals to name. So this name, what the name, this is a name which I am writing here. Please understand, guys. This is the variable name is referring to this name. It means this is a local variable. I'm trying to assign the value of this global variable name to my local variable name. If you want me to go ahead and do this differentiation here, this is a local variable which is restricted inside this block. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to assign a variable name of this one from, I want to get this as a global variable. So here, for example, I want to get this one public void get name console dot write line. My name is, and I want to pass from the this dot name. This is a get name, and here I am going to, if I execute, this name should come from this particular constructor. In order to do that, I don't have kind of public p new program. For this one, I have to create a new constructor, that is program p equals to new program. Okay, program. Okay, here if you see, it is asking me like, after program, I am having two constructors here. If you remember, p, I want to pass program. Hold on. I want to create p dot here. Let me just call it as, when we gave the new name here, let me call it Banu. Initially, before having this kind of, instead of p, let me just go ahead and give p1 here. Okay. So initially, if you remember, the same Banu, when I was passing to this constructor, this did not work. Why? because we had only one default constructor. So here this constructor is considered when we are writing this program P1 equals to new program Banu. Okay, if you want another constructor, let me just go ahead and write program P2 equals to, let me just giving Banu test. Again, we are getting this kind of error. Program P does not contain a constructor that takes two arguments. So how you will solve this? So you have to, how you have defined this constructor, program string
True.
name. One second, let me just, this one. For example, I'm coming to this dot name concept. Just wait for a minute. Here, just you try to understand. Let me just give this a first name. Okay, last name. Okay, here let me just give this dot first name equals to f name, this dot last name equals to l name. Okay, here if you see this one, first name and last name, what we are trying to do here, it is saying this dot f name is not, does not contain, even though this f name is not having an error, any error, because this is already declared and this scope is limited inside this one, and this is a name which I'm trying. If you want to use this again, you need to declare how we have declared a string name, same way you need to declare string f name, string n name. Okay, now if you come down here, so basically what this keyword is doing here is, see, this means it is telling that in the current in the current context, like it in this class. Okay, so whenever we are having this keyword, it is just going and telling, so in immediate object we need to refer to. So what happens is, let me just go ahead and build this solution. We succeeded. Parent class, my name is Banu.
That this dot L name plus equal, what is that by mistake, plus this dot L name?
Hold on one second. So what happens, let me just explain you here. So when it is getting executed, it is carefully copying the local variable value from this global variable, and it is replacing here. Okay, so the names are same and their scopes are different. The names are same here, the scopes are different. This is a global variable, this is a local variable. When you say this here, what it will do is the variable which is present here in globally of this current program context, this is a kind of a, this what this keyword you are using to activate that particular variable. So I want to assign it to my local, this is my global variable, l name, f name, these are not my global variables. Why? Because I am declaring outside the main method, and the scope will come for the whole program. So I'm assigning, I want to assign it to my global variable. How I am assigning it? If you want to call a global variable, you can call it by using this operator. If you want to call the global variables, you can call it by using this operator. So this dot name refers to the current class global variable. So this dot variable name. So this is referring to the current class. What is our current class? Program. In the current class, what is our global variable? Name, F name, L name. So this dot, what you are seeing here, this dot, these things, this dot refers to the your current class global variable. So how I am differing with an instances variable, hope you are understanding. This is one instance of variable of local. This is one instance of global, which belong. Now, if you see, automatically it is getting assigned. It is taking the argument from this one and it is trying to execute here. For example, get name, what you are trying to see here, I can go ahead and type name. Let me just go ahead and build one. Name is Banu, and where I have initialized this name variable. Let me just go here. I'm telling test name one. So let me just go ahead and build. Every time you're doing any kind of modifications, first you need to build and then you need to just go ahead and execute. So name is Banu.
I think in one method we pass two string, na?
Well, exactly, I'm trying to get that catch. 1 second. First name, last name. I'm going to give here with a constructor Banu test, right? And then, okay, here itself I'm passing Banu. I don't want this particular lines. So control K U. Just let me go ahead and execute once. Name is Banu. I just want to demonstrate that first name, last name constructor.
I think need to give p2 dot
Yes.
get name.
Hold on 1 second. This is my get name. Here I'm giving this name. And new program. This F name and last name global P1. For a second. Let me just go ahead and check. So what I'm trying to find here is console.writeLine. In here, I'm giving this dot name, which means my name I have taken as Banu. Here, let me just go ahead and type here test one, and here let me just go ahead and type here test two. Now, after this constructors are getting invoked, my thing is get name here. So, am I calling p dot get name here? So console dot write line name, first name, last name. My name is okay. This output my name is itself has not printed here. Okay. Uh, Let me just not focus on this output here. So what I'm trying to tell you here is the exact thing what I'm trying to do here and make you understand here is, so whatever this what you are seeing, basically this it is a keyword and it refers to your current class global variable. So it is not telling like when I'm trying to assign here the local variable, the same name I'm trying to assign here, it is not getting any conflicts here. Hope you can understand this one. So this dot when I'm using, it is referring to the global variable, and here it is referring to the LNAME global variable, which I have declared outside here. Okay, the use of this we are going to see everywhere in our development. It comes developing a framework. So this keyword, whenever you are using, that time you have to think, okay, this is the keyword where we are going to refer to the current class global variable which we have declared. So this is one concept which I'm trying to make you understand here. Apart from that, there is nothing fancy concept here. Only two things what I want to make you understand is when you are creating a constructor, the constructor and program name, the class name should be in sync. For example, you have created, this is a program class name. Okay, this is a constructor program, which is a simple one. When you are creating a constructor here, so this particular line, when it gets executed, it will go ahead and call this particular constructor. When this particular line is getting executed, this will go ahead and call this particular constructor depending upon the syncing. So number of parameters you are passing, whether you are passing any parameters or not, depending on that syncing, it will go ahead and create. And one more thing what I want you to understand here is every time when you are using this keyword here, okay, this keyword here, so this is the keyword which is used to refer to the global variable of the current class, current context, wherever you are using. So that is the 2 to 3 things that I want to make you clear. Okay, like inheritance, how we have done, and constructor, how we have used, and this keyword, how we have used. Apart from that, I don't want to go ahead and mess with more number of complications. If you have understood these 3 things clearly, I am happy to proceed further, because I don't want to make things here the complicated ones to make you understand. You just tell me if these 3 things are clearly understood or you want me to repeat anything here. Guys, please be open up and tell me what
Yeah,
if you have any concerns or
constructor
you
is
have.
clear from constructor is clear, but actually I'm little bit confused in inheritance.
Okay. I remember you asking a question in inheritance,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. I have one
Okay.
question. For
Yes, please
example,
go ahead. What do you want
okay,
me to do here?
okay. So in program.cs, we have a main method. Okay. So we create one program for class. Okay. If I want to access methods from program for, there is a two way. For example, we create the objects for that class and we inherit the properties. Okay. Means
Okay.
do you
Correct.
understand what exactly I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct. Correct. Tell me. Please go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in program.cs, we here create both. We create the object, we create the object also, and also we use the inheritance. So we use both things together in program.cs.
Correct.
So yes. So I'm
It
confused why we need to do both things together. Can we use on any one of them?
Actually,
yeah.
ma'am, actually with the starting of inheritance, you have told that there are two methods to access the element or inherit the property. The first one is the creating the class, creating the object,
Creating an
and the
object, and another one is through the inheritance property.
can
Correct.
you
Correct.
please explain can you please explain the inheritance the property by putting semicolon without using the object creation? Can you please show us? That is the main agenda.
Mhm.
Okay, so in program.cs, we inherit the property of program for correct at the
Correct.
top.
Correct.
Okay, and also in same class we create the object for P4 class. So do we need to do this? My question is, okay, we have create a program for class. Can you please scroll down?
This one.
Yes, see this one. So do we need to do? Yes. So in same class we create the object and we also use the inheritance property.
No, no, this is not required.
Yes, yes,
This is
that's it. That's it. My concern is clear. Thank you.
this is not required. Without this also, just with the help of inheritance, we can go ahead. cp.get data, I'm still not getting any error because it is able to access. This we don't require.
Yes, thank you.
Guys, any other questions, any other doubts? I hope this three concepts, what I'm trying to tell you here is clear. Inheritance, what it does, how we are doing, making use of the fields and properties of program for parent class into our program.cs class. Constructor, it's a method when it will call itself by default when the constructor is not, this is a constructor we have explicitly mentioned here. Okay, so it will not be there, and in the C sharp the default constructor gets created. If you want to pass any parameters to the constructor, yes, you have to create that constructor by default so that it will get sync here with whatever the parameters you are passing. This is a second concept. And the third concept is this is a keyword refers to the current class object, global variable. So what I'm trying to do here, this name, L name, and this L name, both are different. What I'm trying to do here, from my local method, local variable, I'm trying to assign a value to the global variable using the this keyword. That is the simple concept. I want to make it clear. Any doubts here, guys? If you
Yes,
have
ma'am. Actually,
understood, you
I have,
can just, okay, please go ahead.
ma'am, my doubt is that without creating the object, can you please tell me that in the program P4, how we can acquire the properties without creating an object? Likewise, there is some methods in program P4, and I want to use that method in the program 1. Likewise, set
This
data. How can directly access the set data method in program 1 without creating the object?
no, either you have to go and create an object or you have to inherit the class. You can just cannot go ahead and access set data directly in program.
Now,
Eh,
with inheriting the class, likewise, you said
Okay,
na
so
semicolon likewise parent and the child one.
So this is your parent, this is your child. Okay. Now your doubt is you want to access this set data inside this program, right? And you don't want to
Yes,
create an object. So that
yes,
is
yes.
the thing we have done here. So what I have done, I'm doing here, program P4 is a parent class. This is my child class. Without creating object is not possible. You have to create an object for your child class, not if not for a program class. Here, one thing is you are inheriting, and second thing is you need to create an object for your child class. Without that, we can't access the methods and members from the parent class. Understood?
We have to create the object for the child class, right?
Yes, you have to create the object because, as I'm telling in simple terms, what is happening here is if you want your father's property like that, if you think practical example, one thing is you should create an object and you should do the inheritance. You should be a child. For the child, you need to create an object. Without creating an object of a child class, you cannot access this method.
Okay, clear.
Ma'am, I have one doubt from yesterday's program. For that main method globally, that error we were getting, right, program 2. I think you have deleted that one in program 2. Like without creating the main method, we were trying to create the object of the class. So if that is possible without main method, can we create object?
Um, Actually, there we had not created an object without main method. What we had done is we had just written one simple console line, right? And I'm trying to go ahead and do the running, and every time it was creating a global variable. If I remember what I had written here, there is. Let me just go ahead and show you. I had written their program 2.cs file, and here it was like this. I had deleted this one completely. Okay, here I was having a C sharp fundamentals, whatever the project name here that I had there. Okay, C sharp fundamentals. Okay, after
C is capital C.
yes, it is case sensitive, so you need to make sure.
Yeah.
So after this one, C sharp fundamentals, semicolon. In the opening, I don't need this open and close bracket here. CW console dot write line. So here I was having this console dot write line, and after that I had this program. And something here I have written. Okay, I'm in program two. Let's say I'm writing two, and here I had created program P. Let me just give you some other name. PGRM program dot get data. This was a program that we had yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, what was your doubt here?
like we were getting the error right while doing this program dot get data, some error we were getting. So how, like what is the solution for that one? Like, can you please tell? Yeah.
Program dot get data, we are getting the error. That time I was using this using C sharp fundamentals. In the if you remember when I started the class, I just told I whatever this thing I could do it with the help of program C 3.cs. So I did not do any fancy thing. Instead of using, I just used this namespace C sharp, and I the same lines I just same thing whatever you are seeing here. I instead of using, I just had that namespace. So I replaced that name using C sharp. I used namespace one, and that error just went off. I would still tell you not to focus on this program too. The concept here was only one thing, that if we are not using main void main string args, the concept was just to make you understand C sharp will create a main method globally, even if we don't have that main method. Like what, for example, in program 4, or let's say in program 3, I'm having this main method. Every program main method is an entry point, and main method, if you are not writing, C sharp framework creates it globally, and that will take the preference on all the other functions classes main methods. For example, I have 5 classes, and all the 5 classes has main methods, and precedence will be given for the program too, because C sharp has created by default of high priority. That was the only concept. Apart from that, there is no need to scratch more head on this program 2.cs. I hope that
Okay.
answers.
Yeah, so with this global main method, like if you're not writing also, we can create object and all, right? We can execute, we can do normal execution of
See,
the program, right?
in the real time scenario, or real time when you are developing testing frameworks, this kind of scenario will not come anywhere. I just wanted to give you that concept idea where C sharp is creating globally and it is taking the precedence. That was the only point to communicate. Apart from that, you will not see such scenarios in your working career. So no need
Okay, ma'am.
to think on this point more, because you will not see on your practical examples, or even you are into some testing frameworks, this kind of scenario won't be coming there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, any more questions here? Have you understood, or you want me to repeat anything? If you have understood, you can just give me one heads up. Okay. So, Shashi, what about Shri? What about Viren? And then what about Sonali? Understood the concept? Okay. Thanks for that heads up. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to start with the arrays concept, how arrays works, and looping concepts, array list, okay, strings. So after that, we will start working with the Selenium framework. That will have a basic line of your framework level. Okay, tomorrow let me start with the arrays and for loops and string concepts. So thank you guys. Thank you for taking out the time for
Ma'am,
attending the session.
yeah, did you check for the notes or any
I just
PPT?
yes, I just spoke. Actually, what happened till today, they had enabled the free sessions, okay, for the students to join this class.
Okay.
So from tomorrow, they are going to cut short only to the paid members. Okay. So they said tomorrow, after the final list is updated, the students start, they will tell me the information on that. So wait till tomorrow. No need to worry. Okay. Everything is up to date. I'll share with you. No need to worry on that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.